Guys, it's Sarah and I'm about to get started on Layla's first grade year for her school album, and I wanted to kind of give you a little bit of a recap on how I do my girls' school albums. I do have a playlist for these as well, so I will include that in the description down below, but really quickly, I do a project lifestyle for their school albums, and every year I do a mixture of page protectors. So like this is the opening for Layla's. So as you can see, I use the design A, and I'm going to have some of her school pictures throughout her elementary school years. Through here, I only have her kindergarten on here right now. And I just did a little bit of decorating for some cards there. And then going into her kindergarten year, I have a mixture of design A, and then I also do a design D, which is pretty much design A flipped on its side. So it has the 4x6s here, except instead of being horizontal, they're vertical, and then it has the 3x4s in a different orientation down the center as well. So it's a little bit of a variety there, which I really, really like. And I have usually one design A, one design D in the middle, and then another design A here to finish it out. And then the next back side of that is going to be design A again. So I have Layla's kindergarten year here done, and then I also do a lot of inserts here as well. So just, you know, fun things that she's gotten, awards she's gotten, and I do those in 8.5 by 11 page protectors here. And then this is all of her, the ending of her kindergarten year. And then I'm going to get into her first grade year now. I have a whole bunch of stuff saved, a whole bunch of stuff ready to go. I'm not going to be able to show you absolutely everything just because, you know, class pictures I'm not going to show because there's other people's kids in there. I do have a couple little pictures of them with, you know, single friends, so I'll show those no problem. But the other ones, you know, the entire class, I'm not going to show those on camera, but those will be inserts anyway. So, but I have gone through and I have postmarked where I want everything to go. I have her papers, I have schoolwork, I have artwork, I have, you know, reward charts, like all sorts of stuff here that I've saved throughout their school, and I have everything ready to go. All I have to do is cut them up, slip them in, add a journaling card here and there. For the journaling cards, I am using the same Project Life kit for both girls, and that is the blush kit that I think I got on QVC when they did a big Project Life special one time. So this is what I'm pulling most of my 4x6 and 3x4 cards from. So I'm going to have this on my desk to pull from that. And then I also do have just a little thing here that has a whole bunch of school stickers and cards that'll go really nice, and papers and stuff. So I'll keep this on my desk as well, just so I can pull from it if I really feel like I need to. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It just depends on how everything is going. And yeah, that's it. So that's how I do their school albums. I'm going to work on Layla's first year right now. I'm going to take the page protectors out of the album and just, you know, work on them like I normally do with my Project Life. And I will take you guys along for the ride. So I hope you enjoy it.
All right, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take out my pages here so that they can just sit on my desk. And then I am going to go ahead and start by pulling everything that I know, like, you know, all the pictures and things that are going to be going on this side. I'm just going to go ahead and pull out. And I was really able to organize well with this just by, you know, taking all of the things that I had saved and putting them on Post-its so that I could do this really quickly. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is cut out this little one that says first grade on it, and that's a printable that I got, gosh, a very, very long time ago. So I don't even know if I'd be able to find anything like that again. But it has all the grades and little circles, and I printed out a couple for each girl, and I just used my circle punch to punch that out. And that's how I'm heading all of Layla's grades each year. And then I went ahead and put down all the pictures where I want them to go. And now I'm just kind of laying everything on top of the area where it's going to go so that I have an idea of what I need to do. And I'm just going to do it just like Project Life, where I'm going to start working on, you know, one card at a time or one picture at a time, whatever is going to work well for me. And I'm going to go ahead and put this little one down here. And on each one of the grades, I write down the school mascot, and then the city that we lived in, because we are a military family, so we are moving around quite a bit. And I am just wanting to make sure that, you know, we never forget like where we were and all that. So I'm writing all that information down here for Layla's first grade. And I had also added a star there. Now for this one, I am putting her first day picture over the writing that was on that card because it didn't pertain to what I was doing. So, and then I have a sticker that says first day of school, and I'm using my date stamp to put the date down, and it was August 14th of 2017. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp that. And I don't think I do any journaling on there. It's just first day of school. And I think I'm going to add a sticker probably. And I'm using some of these, oh, a clock. There we go. I'm using some Simple Stories school sticker sheets here. And then that is a picture of Layla at her desk on the first day of school that I had snapped. So pardon my head, sorry. I'm having to get in there and you know, pull some of these out. Okay, this is a little paper that was sitting on Layla's desk, and it was from her teacher, and it says, "I've been bubbling with excitement to meet you." And she had a little case of bubbles on there too. It was really cute. So I saved that and just stuck it right to a card and cut off the edges. And I'm cutting down her nameplate that was sent home after school was done. So this was what was sitting on her desk all year. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut that down to a 4x6 so that her name is in the middle, and stick that in there. And then I am going to put something on this card here. It just says hello, and it's just going to be pretty much a filler card, if you will. I didn't have anything else I wanted to put in there. And then on this one here, this is a picture of me and Layla, and I had gone in to school one day and had lunch with her. She had been begging me to come and have lunch with her one day, and I did. And I brought her a Happy Meal and something for myself, and we sat there and had lunch, and it was nice. So I snapped a picture while we were doing that. And I'm going to use a little label here from October Afternoon, and I'm going to just write about that. So that was just a nice little special lunch I had with my Layla. And then on this last card here, I am going to stamp out the word signature. And I am doing that because each year I want them to write their names in their scrapbook so that we can kind of see how their handwriting changes over the years. So I had her just write her name on a card, and then I stamp out the word signature. And so that's going to be in there as well. So that's the first one. And now I'm going to go ahead and pull out the second one here and pull out everything I need for this layout. And a lot of this one is going to be schoolwork. So not a lot of pictures on this one. I really only have one printed picture, and then the rest of it's going to be kind of schoolwork and stuff. So that's her yearbook picture there. And I don't do anything to the yearbook pictures. I just slide them in. I print out a 4x6 and I slide it right in. So this one here is a spelling test, and I made sure I kept the grade on there, but that's a little sample of some spelling that she did. This is a little piece of artwork that they did in class one day. I don't know exactly why, but she really liked doing that. I think they were probably blowing through straws or something, and she really enjoyed that. And then this one is about telling time. And so I'm going to cut this down to a 4x6 as well, or actually this one is a 3x4. And I put the telling time in there because that's something that they were learning how to do. So I'm going to stick that right in there. And that's just a little sample, you know, and those are the arrows that she drew. So I like being able to save that kind of stuff for the future. I also save their Valentines every year. Whatever Valentines they choose to pick out and give to their classmates, I keep those. So I'm using this little speech bubble card, and it has a little heart on it, so I'm going to leave the heart there and just kind of cover up the speech bubble with the Valentine. So and then I'm going to add a little arrow and probably another little heart here. So that's her little Valentine, and it says Valentine on it, so I don't need to, do any journaling or anything. But this here is a cute little note that was left on her desk, and it's from the desk fairy, and the desk fairy will leave cute little prizes and rewards for having a clean desk. And so she brought that home one day. She was excited, and I'm just going to stick that on top of a card and cut it out completely. And then I have one more 4x6 down there on the bottom, and that's a little reward chart that they would keep track of. And then every time they got to move their little behavior clip up, they got a sticker. And when that was full, they could turn that in for prizes. So she was excited to get hers full one day. And then I will come back here in just a second and talk to you live about what the last square is going to be.
Okay guys, so real quick, I'm going to have a missing spot right here because this is going to be their supply list, and I don't have a copy of that. I just need to get on the school's website and print out this year's. It'll be the same thing. So I'm going to do that at a later time because my husband is using the computer for work right now. So this will be blank, but I'm just going to keep it open for supply list. So I'll just print off the supply list from the school's website later on and just cut it up and stick it in here. So, all right, we are going to move over to the next page.
All right, so for this one, I am going to have a couple of pictures. I have Layla's spring picture right there, which is super cute. I am going to go find a bigger one, actually. I realized that I have bigger ones. I don't know why I pulled out a tiny one. But I do have some bigger ones. They're not a full 4x6, but they're a little bit bigger. So I'm going to put that there, and she looks so darn cute. And then just quite a few pictures here for this side, and some pictures with her best friends, and a little bit of schoolwork as well. So I will start with the spring picture, and I'm going to put that behind a pink because there is pink in the picture, so that card goes really nicely with it. And then I'm going to go through and pull out a couple 3x4 cards that are going to be good for the backs of some of the other things that are going to be going here. Some of it's going to be journaling, some of it's going to be pictures that need to be cut down. So for her spring picture, I do embellish them because the pictures are smaller. So I'm going to go ahead and put this little ruler sticker on and have that kind of help ground it a little bit. And then I will put that down, and I usually write spring pick on there somehow. And it was not straight when I put it down initially, so I had to rip it up, and of course it ripped the card, so now it's straight. And I'm going to use some of these, what are these? Snap alphabet stickers from Simple Stories, and I'm going to spell out spring pick with the brown. And then I might add a star. Yes, I add a star there, and then I'm going to let that be it. So this is going to go right in there. I'm going to work on some of the bigger ones. Now I knew what to put on here because this is a little arrow from October Afternoon, and it says Class Clown, and I knew I wanted to put that on this picture because those two were just hilarious together. They were just so funny, and her teacher always said, these two make me laugh, and they're just little clowns, and so I knew I wanted to put that down there. That's her little friend Jaden. He's adorable. And I have a picture up on top there of Layla at an assembly, like a little music performance that they did, and she's kind of center in the middle with all the pink. So I put that on a card, and now I'm cutting down another math paper of hers, and they were learning, like 1s and 10s and all that. So I'm going to put that in here. I'm just cutting that down to a 3x4. And then I am going to work on this one, and this is going to be some journaling about the little girl that is in the picture with Layla right there, and her name was Abriella, and that was her little bestie, her little BFF. And I swear they made up their own language. They sounded exactly the same. And sometimes when they talked, I had no idea what they were saying, but they did, and they loved it. So there was this little piece in there that said BFF, and I was like, well, that's perfect. So I put that on there. And then on this one, I'm going to spell out Abriella's name with these Teresa Collins tiny letter stickers. And then I will journal that, Abriella was Layla's first real, real little friend. She's the one that she bonded with really quickly, and they were just, inseparable. So I'm just going to go ahead and write about that. And I think that's really important for kids to, be able to look back and remember who they were friends with, especially at this age. I'm hoping she will always remember Abriella and Jaden. But okay, so I'm just journaling about that, and I will stick that right in here. And then this one is a little worksheet that they did about some of the presidents, and they have George Washington on there. So I'm just kind of cutting off a section about him that she did, and I will put that in here. Kind of had to squeeze that one in a little bit. And then this one is the cutest little Valentine that her teacher made for them, and it is just so cute. It was like a little piece of pizza, and it said, you have a piece of my heart, pizza in my heart, and then on the inside of the little box, the kids could decorate their own little pieces of pizza, and it was just so adorable. And then here is where I realized I put it on the back of a card that I had already done for Kaylin's album, because I did like all of these up until senior year for Kaylin, and I just completely forgot that I did that. And apparently I had them kind of towards the top, so whoops. So I took it off, and this is just all adhesive. I just need to rub it off with my fingers. I'm going to set it aside, and I will do that later. It did come off, no problem. But I need to put those aside and not have them in the box like that, or have them face up or something, just because I didn't realize that I had those up there like that. So, okay, so redoing it, no problem. Everything's fine. And I'm cutting it down, and then I will put the little piece of pizza down, and it's just so adorable. That was one of the cutest Valentines I've ever seen. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that in there. And then moving on to the next one. This one is going to be very picture heavy. I do have a couple of full class pictures that I don't want to show on camera, so those are turned around. And I'm just kind of going to move these around a little bit, just to make sure that things go where I want them to go. All right, so this card right here is a little text message screenshot, and that's a text that I had sent to her teacher, and then she sent me something back, and it actually has something to do with one of the class pictures, and it was just really cute. So the story is, that's her teacher, Mrs. Sartain, and she was actually Kaylin's first grade teacher as well. So it was really cool that both the girls had the same teacher, and with a military family, that's really rare. So one of her sayings all the time in class was, "You're killing me, Smalls," from The Sandlot. She would say that all the time to her kids. And so it became a whole thing, and she ended up getting t-shirts made, and she had that quote on her t-shirt, and then she had t-shirts made for all the kids, and they all had Smalls written on it, and they took a big class picture, and it was just so adorable. Layla still sleeps in that shirt, so she absolutely loves it. And one day we were in the car, and the girls were playing this game where they were doing movie quotes, and the other person had to guess what movie it was from or who said it or whatever. And then Kaylin said, "You're killing me, Smalls," and Layla said, "Mrs. Sartain," instead of The Sandlot. And it was just so funny. So that's what I texted to her, and she just was laughing. And so I wanted to, have that memory in there, because that was a big thing in their classroom. So that I wanted to put that with the class picture, with that, with the shirts and everything. So the picture on top that's turned around is that picture. And then Layla and her together is there. And let's see, I have the girls' last day of school picture right there in the center, and I wrote last day of school and then put a little A+ on it, and then a little note to Layla as well. Every year at the end of the year, I do a little, note to them on one of the cards. And then for this one, we went on a field trip and I went to the zoo with them. So I was one of the chaperones. So I wrote about that. And then the card says today, and then there's a little field trip sticker that I stuck right in the center of it. And the picture below that is a big group picture at the zoo. And then this one right here is an awards assembly at the end of the year. I believe that was the last day of school, and Layla got a little math award. So I'm just going to write about that right there. And then that is it, guys. So that's going to complete it. I'm going to put this in. I'm going to stick it into my album, and then I will come back live here real quick and I will show you what it looks like completed.
All right, guys, so I am done with Layla's first year album. Oh, I love it so much. Okay, so I just start from the beginning, and this is like the first day of school. And this was a little thing that was on her desk from her teacher during the, open house night when we went and met her. Didn't really meet her. Kaylin actually had the same teacher for first grade, so that was pretty cool. But this was on her desk anyway for everybody. This was her at her desk the first day of school. And I always have the girls' signatures each year so I can kind of see how their handwriting changes. So she wrote her name on there for me. This is a day that I went and had lunch with her. This was her nameplate on her desk. I just cut it down. This was something that was sent home as well from the teacher. I just punched holes in it. This is a little picture frame that her teacher has them hold up, and she takes pictures of them. Her teacher was really good about taking pictures. A lot of these pictures in here actually came from her, so that was amazing. I was so thankful that she took a lot of pictures at school so that, the parents could have them. And she made this whole thing for them, and they got to put this together. So that was cute. I just stuck in an 8.5 by 11 page protector. This was a picture they colored on the first day. This was her spring picture. This is her class picture right here, like the professional one. I just put Post-its on it so the kids aren't showing. But then it has Layla up here, which is really cool. This was a little handout her teacher gave her the first day of school, a little bit about her, so that was really cool. And her yearbook picture, a little piece of artwork they did, a little rewards sticker sheet that she brought home. This was a spelling test with her handwriting. Her supply list will go there when I print it out. This was a cute little thing that her teacher did with the desk fairy, and if their desks were clean every so often, like the desk fairy would come and leave treats on the desk for them overnight, which was super cute. This was the Valentines that she chose this year, some more schoolwork. And then this was her spring picture and a little stage show that they did for music. This was the Valentine that her teacher gave her, and they put together little pizzas, which was really cute. More schoolwork here, schoolwork again, and then these are some of her friends that she made in class, and so I journaled about that. A little story that she wrote, a family tree thing that they did. This was writing letters to heroes, I believe on probably around, it was November 7th, so is that, it's not Memorial Day. I can't remember. Was it D-Day maybe? I can't remember. November 7th, whatever that was.
It was D-Day.
It was D-Day? Okay, she's right here and telling me. This was a reading certificate she got at the end of the year. This was a fun little award that her teacher gave her because she said she loved to do the science experiments and stuff. And then here is the end of the school year stuff. So these two are class pictures, so I turned them around for right now, but I'll turn them around in a second, just so I don't want all the kids showing. But this is Layla with her teacher, and this was a field trip thing, and that's what this picture is. It's a big group field trip picture. This was a text that I ended up sending to her because her and I are friends, so we know each other, but there was just a funny thing that Layla said about her, and so I sent her the text, and she loved it. Last day of school picture, my little note to Layla at the end of the school year, and this was the awards ceremony where she got her reading award. And then this one was a fun class picture that she took as well, and that kind of correlates a little bit to the text message as well, but it was really cute. So that's it. Layla's first year of school is in the books, and very excited that it's done and everything's in here, and I had these memories. I have some of her schoolwork and her handwriting and, you know, pictures and all that stuff. So I love the way it all looks together. And that's going to be it for me. Layla is so excited to start 2nd grade, and I will be excited to put that in here when her 2nd grade year is done as well. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, if you want to see more of my girls' school year albums, I do have a playlist I have linked down below, so make sure you go and check that out. And I'll be working on Kaylin's here as well soon. I'm going to be doing her 4th grade year. All right, I will talk to you guys again soon. Have a great day.